hot, silky, soft and crunchy Japanese-style gyoza. So let's make it.
Hi guys! Welcome to my channel, Lunatic Cooking. I'm the lunatic who cooks these dishes. I don't know how to intro, I should do now. You may know me from my gaming channel, Lunatic Plays. Same person, different channel, we are cooking here. So today we are going in and doing my all-time favorite. You can put them on soup, you can eat them on their own, you can dip them in chili oil. Gyoza! Yay! So we are doing that today. We are going to be doing a filling with pork, but you can literally stuff them with anything. And we will be doing some varieties as the channel goes on. But we are going to start out with an all-time classic spring roll and pork, Japanese, crispy, soft, silky, sexy, steamy gyoza. Let's get into it. Okay, so now for the gyoza dumplings, we are gonna make the wrappers, and in order to do that, we need to measure out 140 grams of flour. You can use all-purpose flour for this one. The coarseness of the flour doesn't really matter that much as long as it's not a thick bread flour. So make sure you just get your standard flour. I always use pizza flour because it makes things softer. So we want 140. Okay, I got 150, but it's okay. 140 grams of flour, like so. And you can put this on the side. Then I want to get my liquid container, and you are gonna take 80 grams of boiling water. So I have pre-boiled water in a kettle, and I'm going to measure out 80 grams now. So we go like so. Okay, perfect. All right, so we have water measured out like so. We can now take our scale, turn it off, put it on the side. We don't need it right now. Put our kettle away so our space doesn't become too cluttered. And I have my little spatula ready, and we're gonna do something very similar. So you kind of want to mix the flour around and slowly hydrate your flour, like so. All right, like this. Same situation like with the baozi buns. We go like this. All right, now if you see that it's sufficiently hydrated, you can finish it off, and when you grow some courage to actually touch the dough, you can go in with your hands and start kind of pressing it together. Make sure that you get all the like craggly flour bits from the sides of your bowl. So you kind of want to just push it around. At this stage the dough should be sort of lukewarm, which is fine. And it's that simple. Gyoza wrappers, you guys, without just flour, just water, no other ingredients are required. Perfect. All right. So once you have a bowl like this, it's sort of soft and warm. You wanna bring it to your board and start kneading it out a little bit. You don't need to develop a crazy amount of gluten on this, to be honest, if they are just gyoza wrappers at the end of the day. But you do want to just make sure that the dough becomes nice and soft and pliable under your hands, like so. And I just work it until it stops feeling like it still feels a little bit sticky. So you kind of want to knead it for 2-3 minutes, like so, until it stops feeling sticky. So let's check in after that. Okay, so now that you have this little bowl, you want to take some cling foam or a Ziploc bag would be good as well, just because the dough is still warm. So you kind of want to let it just kind of steam on its own in here, and you're gonna leave it aside for about 30 minutes. All right, so here we are with the meat. I just bought the 800 gram minced pork from Tesco's, and I'm gonna use all of this between all the dumplings and the soup. So the first thing that you kind of want to start out with is to divide this meat in half. So you want to have 400 grams for the dumpling fillings, for both of the dumpling types. Obviously increase it according to how many you want to make. And let's talk about the mixer. So I'm so lazy these days. I like to use my mixer to mix the meat as well. So whereas I've used the dough hook for making the baozi bun dough, I'm gonna use this I don't know, it's not a beater, it's not a whisk, it's this extension. If you have a similar one, use that one. You can also mix it by hand, and I kind of show you a little trick to do it by hand as well. But I'm gonna be using this little extension for my Kenwood. So let's just divide the meat and get the mixer ready. All right, so we divided a meat. I literally didn't even weigh it. I just cut it in half and that's it. We don't have to be so exact with every single thing that we do, but you wanna put your meat in the mixer. We can get rid of that. Now we're gonna take our chicken cubes, chicken stock. I'm using this Knorr stock pots. I really like them. They're really handy. One day I'm intending on making my own, but let's see. All right, so that's done. And now we are gonna take, let me check the quantities. We're gonna take about 6 spoons and we're gonna put it on our meat here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's start with that. We might put a little bit more afterwards, but this stock we're gonna use it for our soup as well. And now you want to take 2 eggs and break them into our meat mixture as well. So these eggs are really breaky. Next we're gonna take our green onions and we're gonna finely chop that. So let's do that. Alright, now that that's done, you want to take half of your onions. Make sure that you have both the white and the green parts. And you want to save it on the side. We're going to use it to garnish the soup afterwards. Alright, perfect. So let's put that here. And let's get the rest, throw it in our meat mixture. Alright. Done. Now you want to take a little bit of ginger and just peel it. And I'm going to show you a nice little trick for peeling ginger now. So you can take a spoon and peel it like so. There it goes. You see? So just do that until all of your ginger is peeled. Alright, now you want to take your ginger and chop it real fine. I'm probably just gonna use it about half of it, like so, and leave this on the side. Alright, so you wanna dump your ginger in the mix, and next I'm gonna take a little bit of Shaoxing wine. This is kind of optional. You don't have to put it in if you can't find it. You can use like literally a teaspoon of rice wine vinegar as well. It's fine. Or mirin is good. I just find that I actually like to put 2 spoons. Why not? We're boozing tonight, so.
And this is also optional, but I like the little hint of flavor, and I just have the very end of my oyster sauce, so I'm just gonna dump it in here. It's about a tablespoon. Every time I make those fillings, it's like a creation of its own. Like if I have stuff in my pantry that I want to use, I just dump them in. Next, you want to put in your soy sauce. Like this, I'm doing by the eye. I just like, that seems good. Okay, that much goes in. And a little bit of sesame oil as well into the mix. There you go. I like a good bit of sesame oil. So next you want to take your corn flour, and we are gonna let's just dry our spoon, and we are gonna put 4 spoons like so. 3. All right, like this. All right. Perfect. So now we are gonna turn on our machine, the protector screen. Start out small, let the ingredients kind of start mixing up, and then gradually increase the speed till you reach around speed number 3. And you are looking for a very watery, soupy consistency in your meat. Like it has to come together, but it has to almost fall apart. So that's what you're looking for with the meat over here. Let that go for a couple of minutes until it's all very well combined, and we are gonna meet after that. Alright, so now that the meat has been thoroughly mixed up, I'm gonna remove the screen and just make sure that you get all of it into the bowl. Sometimes the paddle likes to keep some of the meat. It's not exactly gracious, it's not exactly mindful, and it's not exactly demure. We are digging in pork guts, but what can you do? They are delicious. So this is the consistency that I'm looking for. And here, if you are mixing this by hand, you kind of would be doing something similar to if you were treating the meat as if it was a dough. So if you are mixing your meat with a hand, you just take a bowl, you throw everything in, just like I did before, and you kind of like do this type of motion. Like you kind of spoon under the meat mass and you press it over. And that's how it goes. There you go. You kind of like mix it around, and this is the consistency that you're looking for. So this is what we are going to use for both of our fillings, for both the gyoza and for our baozi buns. I'm hoping we have enough, but yes, we are not making a crazy amount of dumplings today. All right. So while the soup is cooking, we are going to make our gyoza wrappers, dumplings. And to do that, now I think that the dough has had enough time to rest. We're gonna open it up like so. All right, it's a little bit sticky, but no matter, that's why we got flour. You want to flour your surface. You want to flour your ball of dough, and we're gonna divide it into 4 parts, like so. I'm gonna put them on the side, and I'm gonna form a bowl, like so. So now we are gonna roll out our dough like so, kind of making sure that we flour it quite generously so it doesn't stick to our rolling pin. And we're gonna go like, oh, yeah, I'm not the best at this. We're gonna go like this until we have a fairly thin sheet, like so. So let me meet you back when we finish rolling. All right, so we're back, and we kind of want the dough to be quite thin, like I can almost see my hand through it. So I'm gonna grab my cookie cutter, dumpling cutter. This one is actually a dumpling cutter, would you believe it? And I'm gonna cut 4 circles like so. Oh. Uh-oh, made a mess. Okay, like so. All right. So we have 4 nice gyoza wrappers. Don't get rid of this, just kind of roll it in a bowl. We're gonna roll it out to get more dough out of it in a bit. Overall, you should get about 20 gyoza wrappers. So let's go and let's make the rest of them. All right, so I actually got about 21, 22 of these. So once you have them done, you want to take them out, and I kind of like to just let's add a little bit of flour underneath. I like to kind of go over the sides with the side of my rolling pin like so. So I'm holding it firm here on this end, 45 degrees, and kind of rolling down on the edges of the dumpling wrapper like so, and then it should be twisting around. If it's not twisting around, then add some flour underneath. You kind of want to do it quite gently, and then I like to stretch it up a little bit. So then you take your wrapper, you add your filling like so. And I'm very bad at this, by the way. I just like to, you see, I'm so bad at this. I like to just pinch them up like so. You can use one of those dumplings making thingies. I actually have them. I'll show you the next one with it, but I like to practice my dumpling making skills when I make this. So you have your dumpling like this, and then you want to kind of like pinch it like so. And if the meat is sort of coming out some parts, just take it off and you pinch it extra hard, and then you get a little dumpling like this. I'm not very good at this, but I like to practice. Every time I make gyoza, I fold them myself like this. Now let me show you how does it look with the dumpling making thingy. So I got this, and actually the cutter came as part of the set. So you can grab your wrapper, make sure the bottom is nice and floured, and you wanna do the same thing just to kind of make the edges of the wrapper thinner than the center. That's the idea behind it. It's a nice little prep for when you're doing dumplings. And now you want to stretch it out on your thingy. I don't even know what it is. Dumpling maker? I don't know. I do like them quite packed. So you do this, and then you close it like so, and you get a nice full dumpling like this. But you see, like, I mean, it's nice if you really don't want to be playing around with plating the dumpling yourself. You can do it, or you can do that and then do what I'm doing now, the hand plate. I mean, I think that the hand plate is really nice. It's a nice opportunity for you to practice your arts and crafts skills. And look how lovely it looks. It looks very rustic. You can see that it was folded by hand. And I really love that effect, because even the folds after that we cook them, you'll see tomorrow, they are actually quite nice texture-wise when you taste them. All right, so let's fold the rest of them. All right, so here are the gyoza dumplings done. Some of these ones, they ended up being a little bit too thin, so make sure that you don't roll your dough too thin, like paper thin. because they end up being a little bit smaller. I'm more happy with these ones that I made from the residue dough than these ones that I made from the main dough. But anyways, they will still be great. But just a little note, sometimes too thin is too bad as well. I have to remind myself that lesson myself. Anyways, these babies are going to the freezer now. You want to heat up the pan, add a good amount of oil, and place your dumplings all around, like so. Now continue all the way around. Alright, so for 2 ramen, I like to put 5 dumplings in each, so that's 10 dumplings. Let them start to brownify on the bottom, and once their bottom side is fully brown, we're gonna add some water. Alright, so now that, as you can see, they have brownified a little bit on the bottom, we're gonna add water. And the water will react with the oil, but that's okay. You don't want to add too much, but not too little, just enough to cover the entire bottom of the pan. And then you're gonna pop a lid on, like so, and let them steam for about 6-7 minutes, something like this. They will expand a little bit. That will be a good indicator that they're ready. So let's fast forward to that moment. Alright, they look ready, but there's only one way to find out. And that's taste test. Take a look at this delicious looking porky gyoza, best served with soy sauce and chili oil.
And here we are. So, lovely, hot, steamy, porky gyoza coming up. There's only one way to test it, and that's taste test. I love to serve it with some soy sauce and chili oil. So let's give it a go. I love it. It's perfectly crunchy on the bottom. Pardon me. Perfectly soft on the top. The dough is just perfect. The pork is aromatic and juicy and sweet. It's the perfect little snack appetizer. Or you can do what I did in my food vlog about curing your hangover with Asian food, and you can serve it over ramen. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know who you are. Send me pictures of what you've done if you've done this, or if you would like me to try some recipes. Let me know, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks and bye!